Liverpool Station is one of London's busiest transport hub, a Victorian landmark opened in 1874 by the Great Eastern Railway, now serving as a gateway between the City of London and the East of England. Today, it connects commuters, international travelers, and tourists via National Rail, the London Underground, and the Elizabeth Line. Liverpool Street sits at the heart of the City of London, surrounded by historic markets like Old Spitalfields Market, Brick Lane, and Petticoat Lane Market. In this vlog, I visit Liverpool Street Station and some of the top attractions near it. Liverpool Station is a major railway and underground station in London. The station is in central London and close to the City, Shoreditch, the Barbican, and Whitechapel. In 1862, the Great Eastern Railway was formed, planning a new terminus in the city. The station officially opened in 1874, replacing the Bishopgate Station. In 1884, the Great Eastern Hotel opened beside the station, reinforcing its role as a civic and commercial hub. The building of the Eastern Extension in 1894 had created a station divided in two and connected by a footbridge. Coming up to a century later, this arrangement was confusing, led to congestion, and prevented the station from providing modern facilities. As a result, the decision was made to demolish Broad Street and replace it with offices, shops, and modern and public spaces. The 1894 Eastern Extension roof was demolished too, with new offices being built above the platforms instead. Throughout the early 20th century, the Great Eastern Railway at Liverpool Station built up a steady and solid commuter base. It did look into the possibility of electrification, which was bringing increased capacity to other London stations, but it could not afford to invest. With no further room to expand its station, the Great Eastern and its successors, the London and North Eastern Railway, concentrated on developing and increasing its suburban steam services, a business model that continued until steam was withdrawn in the 1960s. Under its modernization plan, British Railways electrified all suburban services running from Liverpool Street Station, and all steam had been replaced by diesel locomotives by the end of 1962. By the 1970s, Liverpool Street was not what it once was, but it was about to get a new lease on life. In the meantime, Broad Street Station next door was a shadow of its former self. It had once been London's third busiest station, and by 1983, it was only used by 3,300 people a day. Meanwhile, the money raised from the property developed was used to revamp Liverpool Street Station. Started in 1985, the station you see today, with its two halves brought together into a single concourse. It was opened by Her Queen Majesty Queen Elizabeth II in December of 1991. The Elizabeth Line opened in 2022, transforming Liverpool Street Station into Britain's busiest station. By the end of 2023, Liverpool Street was named the new busiest station in Britain with 80.4 million passengers, with 80.4 million passenger entries and exits in the space of a year, was put down to the opening of the Elizabeth line, with Liverpool Street being a major interchange on the new service. Liverpool Street Station connects to national rail services including such as the Great Eastern Main Line to Norwich, West Anglia Main Line to Cambridge and Ely, Stansted Express to Stansted Airport, the London Underground to Central Circle and Hammersmith and City and Metropolitan lines, the Elizabeth line, high capacity east and west services across London, and the London Overground with the Weaver line and connections into East London. In 2023-24, Liverpool Street Station had 94.5 million national rail entry and exits. By 24-25, it had around 98 million, reflecting Elizabeth Line's growth. Nicknamed the Dark Cathedral for its vast iron and glass Victorian design, the station integrates historic features with modern upgrades, balancing heritage with expansion. Current debates focus on redevelopment plans with conservationists concerned about preserving its Victorian character. With annual passenger numbers forecasted to grow to 158 million by 2041, the plans will ensure that the station is future-proof, ready to accommodate over 200 million people in the decades ahead while enhancing accessibility for all. Liverpool Street is more than a transport hub. It's a symbol of Victorian engineering, wartime resilience, and modern renovation. It anchors the City of London's commercial identity while serving as a ceremonial gateway to the east of England and beyond. Liverpool Street Station is near many tourist attractions including Old Spitalfields Market, the Whitechapel Gallery, the Bank of England, and many more attractions in the City of London. Use the map to explore the area around the station. Italy London is located right next to Liverpool Street Station at 135 Bishopgate. It's a massive Italian food hall combining restaurants, bars, cafes, and a market open daily from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. You'll find restaurants such as Terra, an Italian wood-burning grill restaurant, Pasta e Pizza, serving classic Italian dishes, Teresa, an outdoor terrace dining restaurant, cafes and bars serving authentic Italian coffees, pastries, wine bars, and gelatos, a market hall where you can buy fresh pasta, cheeses, olive oils, sauces, wines, and artisanal Italian products. There's also a cooking school teaching classes on pasta, pizza, risotto, lasagna, and dessert overlooking Liverpool Street Station. Discover Italy, the Italian food destination in London that has everything you need under one roof. Learn to cook in the cookery school that overlooks busy Liverpool Street station. From fresh pasta classes where you can choose a stuffed, long, or short pasta class to pizza, risotto, lasagna, and dessert making classes, the choices are endless. Because it's located directly across from Liverpool Street station, it's very convenient, making it perfect for commuters and visitors. It's an authentic experience with imported Italian goods alongside local artisanal products. It provides more than a shopping experience, but rather is a cultural hub with dining, learning, and events. The first thing to do near Liverpool Street station is to grab breakfast and coffee. There are some fascinating options nearby, including Panopolis, London, Liverpool Street, the Breakfast Club, and Foresyte and Evans. Panopolis is your pick if you want to grab a quick bite and tasty breakfast on the go. Breakfast Club is a fancy and quirky twist to your traditional English breakfast. Foresyte and Evans is ideal for those seeking a continental or healthier breakfast option. Stepping out of the station puts you right in one of the liveliest parts of London. It's a mix of old and new with loads of shops and markets selling all sorts of things. Some of the most popular markets include Spitalfields Market, Leaden Hill Market, and Brick Hall and Brick Lane. Spitalfields Market is a lively spot where you can shop, eat, and soak up the bizarre London bazaar vibes. Stroll through the market and check out the latest fashion, funky jewelry, and one-of-a-kind handmade gifts. Leaden Hall Market has got it all, from tailor-made suits to fancy cheeses. It's not too big, so just an hour here lets you soak up a real slice of old-world London character. Brick Lane is the kind of place where there's always something to see. Get ready to bump into everything retro, from vintage fits to hard-to-find vinyl records. Plus, the street art around here is awesome. London Liverpool Street's fun doesn't just end in the morning. The afternoon is just as exciting, with loads of stuff to do right near the station. You've got everything from lively hangouts to quiet artsy places, including Broadgate Circle, Box Park, Shoreditch, and Bishopgate Institute. Broadgate Circle is a vibrant outdoor space, ideal for relaxing, unwinding in eateries or bars and people watching. Box Park Shoreditch is a cool place in Shoreditch made out of old shipping containers. They've got a bunch of fashion shops and food stalls serving all kinds of stuff, from local favorites to international flavors. As dusk falls, the area around the station comes alive with exquisite dining and lively nightlife options, such as Duck and Waffle, Queen of Hoxton, and the Culpeper. Situated high up in the Salesforce Tower, Duck and Waffle offers a visual feast with panoramic views of London. Queen of Hoxton is a multi-level venue in the heart of Shoreditch. It features a rooftop garden that transforms seasonally. The Culpeper is a mix of a pub, restaurant, and rooftop garden. Situated in the northeast part of London's central business district, Liverpool Station is a major hub for trains and the London Underground. It's your entry point to an eclectic London adventure. From the first sip of morning coffee to the last dance of the night, this area is always ready to impress. Book your train tickets with the Trainline app today. If you are after cheap train tickets for the Elizabeth line routes, check out top tips from the Trainline app. They even highlight the cheapest prices for you. To view the latest offers on UK train travel, visit Train Deals and Discount page. Hoxton and Shoreditch are two of East London's most vibrant neighborhoods, known for their street art, nightlife, indie markets, and creative energy. Hoxton leans towards cultural institutions and quirky East End charm, while Shoreditch is a hub for food, fashion, and nightlife. Together, they form London's epicenter for reinnovation and creativity. Hoxton is full of quirky cultural and East End charm. Its key landmark is the Museum of the Home, best known for Hoxton Street Market, its art scene including Victoria Mural Gallery and Indie Galleries, and at night for Hoxton Square pubs and bars. Some of the top attractions in Hoxton include the Museum of the Home, Hoxton Square, Hoxton Street Market, Regent's Canal towpath, art galleries such as Victoria Mural Gallery, and Vietnamese restaurants along Kingsland Road, plus Molly cafes and other trendy pubs. The atmosphere in Shoreditch is trendy, fast-paced, and nightlife-driven. Key landmarks in Shoreditch are Brick Lane and Box Park. The top markets in the area are Spitalfields and Columbia Road Flower Market. It's popular for its street art tours, murals, and creative studios, global street food, rooftop bars, and clubs. Top attractions to visit in Shoreditch include Brick Lane, Box Park, Shoreditch, Columbia Road Flower Market, street art tours, street markets and shopping at Old Spitalfields Market and Red Church Street boutiques, nightlife clubs like XOYO, quirky bars and rooftop venues, and cutting-edge restaurants, coffee shops, and global street food. Hoxton preserves East End traditions while embracing art and culture. Shoreditch thrives on renovation, nightlife, and global trends. Together, they form a ceremonial overlay of resilience and creativity, from traditional markets and canal walks to modern pop-ups and street art. Old Spitalfields Market is one of London's oldest and most atmospheric covered markets, blending Victorian heritage with modern indie culture. Located between Liverpool Street Station and Shoreditch, this historic market buzzes with themed trading days from antiques and vinyl to art and fashion, and is one of London's most iconic shopping spots. Old Spitalfields Market was founded in 1638 when Charles I granted a license for a market in Spital Square. The current market hall was built in 1876, designed with wrought iron and glass reflecting the era's industrial confidence. The building was refurbished in the late 20th century, balancing preservation with modern retail. The market symbolizes a hub of East End resilience, once serving traders and immigrants, now showcasing London's creative reinnovation. Under its striking Victorian roof, this lively marketplace is home to independent designers, vintage treasures, artisan makers, and some of London's most exciting street food spots and restaurants. Today, you'll find independent designers, vintage clothing, and artisan crafts, food stalls serving global street food, antiques and collectibles, contemporary brands and boutiques alongside heritage traders, and occasional pop-ups, art exhibitions, and seasonal fairs. You'll find vintage specialties at the antique market every Thursday and handmade goods at the monthly urban makers market, while music lovers won't want to miss the fortnightly vinyl market. The Old Spitalfields Market is open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays, and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sundays. Whether you're hunting for an unique outfit, handcrafted homewares, or a bite to eat, there's always something new to discover at Old Spitalfields Market. Experience an eclectic exhibition on urban street art on a guided walking tour of Brick Lane and Shoreditch. Home to an ever-changing scene of thriving street art, delve into the culture, magic, and history of pieces from some of the biggest names. On this 2-hour and 45-minute street art tour in Shoreditch, you'll spend the morning exploring the most exciting and colorful locations of street art, from iconic murals to the freshest artworks that are often less than a day old. See pieces from leading local artists including Eni, Deface, Sweet Tooth, and Pure Evit, to some of the world's most renowned street artists such as Banksy, Swoon, and Black La Rat. Get the chance to learn more about the artists, their techniques, and motives behind the artwork from a specialist street art tour guide. Brick Lane Market is one of East London's most eclectic and multicultural markets, famous for its vintage finds, street food, and vibrant atmosphere. It's less than a single market hall, but rather a collection of themed markets and stalls spread along Brick Lane and its side streets. Brick Lane itself dates back to the 15th century, named after the brick and tile industry that once thrived there. Over centuries, the area became home to successive immigrant communities, including French Huguenots, Jewish refugees, and later Bangladeshi families, each leaving their mark on the street's culture. By the late 20th century, Brick Lane evolved into a hub for vintage clothing, antiques, and multicultural food, symbolizing East London's reinnovation. Today, you'll find vintage markets selling clothing, accessories, and retro treasures. The Sunday Up Market, where you will find street food from around the world, handmade crafts, and indie fashion. Backyard markets from emerging designers, art, and quirky gifts. Street foods famous for Bangladeshi curry houses, but also global street food and art and street culture. The area is famed for its brilliant curry houses and Indian restaurants, such as Aladdin Brick Lane, which serves excellent balti and tandoori dishes. There are also several Jewish bagel shops, including the popular Brick Lane Bagel Bake, which is open 24/7. For street food throughout the week, head to Ely's Yard at the Old Truman Brewery, where food trucks offer tasty dishes to tempt your taste buds. Try the American-inspired selection of wings, burgers, and smoked chicken at Tex BBQ's, traditional Tibetan dumplings at Tibet Kitchen, Greek classics at Miko's, or grilled sausages at Mr. Sausage. Petticoat Lane Market is one of London's oldest and most famous street markets, renowned for clothing bargains and its deep East End heritage. Petticoat Lane Market dates back to over 400 years when traders sold second-hand clothes and household goods in the East End. It was originally called Petticoat Lane because of the clothing trade, renamed Middlesex Street in the 19th century when petticoat was considered too risque. Successive waves of Huguenot, Jewish, and Bangladeshi communities reshaped the market's identity, each adding their own goods, foods, and traditions. It symbolizes a living emblem of East London's resilience and multicultural reinnovation. The Victorians changed the name to Petticoat Lane, considering it too racy. It is now called Middlesex Street, and on Sundays, you'll find the street crammed with fashion and textile stalls alongside street food sellers and other stall holders. Take a break from browsing and try some of the many international cuisines on offer. Today, you'll find affordable fashion, leather goods and fabrics, everyday essentials, luggage and accessories, diverse street foods stalls reflecting the area's multicultural character. The atmosphere at Petticoat Lane Market is bustling, noisy, and authentic. It's less polished than at Spitalfields or Brick Lane. From Monday to Friday, pop into the food court on Golson Street and Wentworth Street for lunch. Columbia Road Flower Market is one of London's most iconic Sunday markets, famous for its vibrant displays of flowers, plants, and greenery. It runs every Sunday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Bethnal Green, East London, attracting locals and visitors alike. The market dates back to 1869, originally part of Columbia Market built on Nova Scotia Gardens. Today, it's managed by Tower Hamlets Borough Council and remains a symbol of East London's resilience and community spirit. You'll find seasonal cut flowers, houseplants, herbs, shrubs, banana trees, bedding plants, and imported blooms from around the world. Around 60 boutique shops line Columbia Road, including art galleries, vintage clothing, cupcake shops, Italian delis, and antique stores. Coffee stalls, bakeries, plus pubs make it a perfect Sunday outing. Arrive early for the best selection of flowers and plants. Traders often slash prices around 2 to 3 p.m. to clear stock. Bring cash because many stalls are cash only. Combine with Shoreditch so you can explore Brick Lane, Spitalfields Market, and Shoreditch's street art and cafes afterwards. Columbia Road Flower Market isn't just about buying plants. It's a ceremonial Sunday ritual in East London. On your city break to vibrant London, you can experience the British metropolis in a relaxed way with your digital city pass. Skip the ticket lines and long queues as you enter the city's most exciting attractions. Your digital travel companion makes visiting a breeze. Simply scan the QR code and your London city adventure begins. Sundays in London are made for discovery, and there's no better way to experience the city's true character than through its markets. Join GoWithGuide on a vibrant walking tour through 4 authentic Sunday markets, each bursting with flavor, personality, and soul. They might also bring you to visit some hidden gems not on your guidebook. From vintage treasures to artisan eats, street art to flower stalls, this tour immerses you in London's most iconic markets. Liverpool Street Station is worth visiting because it's one of London's busiest historic railway hubs, a gateway to major attractions like Spitalfields and Shoreditch, and home to significant memorials and architecture. Liverpool Street sits at the crossroads of the city of London, Shoreditch, and Spitalfields, making it one of the richest areas in London for things to see within a 5 to 10 minute walk. The area blends Victorian rail heritage, modern skyscrapers, markets, memorials, and creative districts. Hoxton and Shoreditch are London's most creative, energetic, and culturally rich neighborhoods, perfect if you love street art, indie shops, nightlife, and distinctively East London vibes. They're walkable, packed with things to do, and ideal for anyone who enjoys exploring layered urban stories. In my next vlog, I'll be visiting Eton and Windsor Castle.